Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Today, we're going to be jumping into the world of technology expense management. We've seen all sorts of different licensing schemes, purchases, strategic sourcing, different initiatives from OEMs, software as a service providers, all sorts of different people out there. And Quest, as we know, brings to the market, brings to our customers and to our partners all sorts of different aspects of the technology stack. And one of the things that we do as an organization, helping organizations and helping our partners and our clients acquire technology, is trying to get the most out of their technology stack. You often see our building blocks approach in our different areas like products, cybersecurity, disaster recovery, application development, unified communications. The way that vendors sell phone systems can be different than storage, can be different than licensing, can be different than annual contract values, perpetual licenses, individual licensing agreements, all across the spectrum from layer 1 all the way through layer 7. There are different ways that organizations acquire and renew and license their technology. And we're here to help organizations manage and optimize that spend. Oftentimes people will say to me, hey, Quest, you're a value-added reseller. Using someone like you as a technology expense management play, isn't that kind of like the fox, guarding the hen house, if you will? That could be a legitimate point, but if you think one step further, Quest is a successful, growing, global managed service provider and managed cybersecurity service provider. We don't have anything proprietary other than our ability to execute and drive outcomes. So what that means is one of the largest costs that go into our cost of goods sold as an organization outside of labor are software and hardware costs and those types of services that get bundled into our ultimate offering for our clients. So we are very attuned and very astute in helping manage those costs because at the end of the day, we're trying to make a profit and deliver a quality service to our clients. So not only does the cybersecurity or the products or the unified communications or the infrastructure services or the DR capabilities have to work, we have to figure out a way to successfully procure that licensing and deliver it in an efficient way. So expense management is very, very close to near and dear to all of our hearts. So how do you start the conversation with your customers? The best way we've found to expose your customers to this capability is a business technology review and a capability review with your clients. We go through a quick engagement, usually between 30 to 45 minutes. We give a light overview of what Quest Technology Management can provide, a little bit about our capabilities, our organization, what we believe as a service provider, and then we discuss how the organization, how your partner, how your client is currently dealing with their licensing challenges, whether it's a Microsoft shift in strategy or a Broadcom acquisition or a new ERP or CRM solution that is adding additional features, how they get the most out of it. We help them understand their current pain points, and we put together subsequent engagement opportunities to either help them procure better, get more out of their existing licensing stack, or help them understand what they have available today versus where they want to go with new capabilities. So fantastic first step is a business technology review, also known as a capability review with you and your customer. Another driver for technology expense management is a lot of organizations are trying to figure out how do we assess what AI can do for us in a optimization standpoint, as well as a security standpoint. So we put together a specific workshop where we get involved with your clients and your organization to understand basically what are they trying to get out of AI and what existing machine learning capabilities do they already have invested in their environment. They might already have an MDR solution that is monitoring and proactively assessing threats in their environment today and already having the capabilities to automate certain quarantine, lockdown, or types of features from a security perspective. Also, we want to help them understand, do they have the appropriate data sets and capabilities to enable AI agents in the future to leverage what they have today to make AI useful for them. About 80% of IT initiatives have failed over the last 3 years. We don't want to see that happen. And one way to help organizations succeed with their AI and their cybersecurity initiatives is helping them understand the existing licensing that they have in place today, the existing capabilities that they have in place today, and what they can leverage from an automation standpoint, as well as getting into the security and governance conversation with the capabilities they already have invested in today. Gives them a great foundation and a great starting point to understand where they're spending their money, where they could potentially leverage additional funds to free up some budget for some AI initiatives, and gives them a good landscape snapshot of their environment. Typically, we're going to start this project right around the $5,000 mark, but a lot of different variables can go into that. So reach out to your channel management team if you want to have additional conversations around the artificial intelligence workshop. Fantastic opportunity. Directly, if a client wants to say, not every client has this conversation. Not everyone's going to come to you and say, hey, we have a technology expense management initiative and we want to get you involved to help us manage our expenses. It's great if they do. Not everybody lands there on day one. But when they are ready to have that conversation, we typically love to start with a dialogue. It's going to last between 60 and 90 minutes, either on site with their leadership or remotely with you as the partner of record. And it's a valuable engagement that helps them understand really their current licensing challenges, what they're experiencing, what they've experienced over the last 12 to 24 months with their renewal schedules, things like that. We're going to look at their usage and run some tools to pull their usage of their different licensing SKUs and see, hey, are you leveraging, you got this environment pegged all the way to the red line. You're using every feature and functionality really, really efficiently of your licensing model, or maybe there's some licenses you can tweak and adjust here to get the most out of your spend. What we've found when we go through this is typically there's about a 40 to 60% overpayment for capabilities that are not being used. We're going to go through cost optimization. So finding ways for them to, if there are technologies that are overlapping, like for example, they have a bundled license SKU that handles a lot of their privileged access management or their remote connectivity, but they also have an endpoint solution that has a couple of those same features. They might be paying twice and only utilizing one of those licenses for the actual requirement. So optimizing that, reducing some of that spend, freeing up some of that budget, and keeping that functionality squared away is a great opportunity there as well. And then getting them ready for ongoing maintenance and management, as well as are they ready for future advancements and future changes in the licensing schemes, right? Are they going to a hybrid environment? Are they moving assets into the cloud? Do they need to discuss reserve instances? Do they need to understand, okay, how are we going to keep this data local for this application, this specific large language model? Or are we going to push all of this to one of the hyperscalers, Azure, AWS, or G Suite, or Oracle Cloud? So a lot to cover in a 60 to 90 minute period. We've had about a 75% conversion rate into organizations that contract with Quest after one of these engagements within the first month. So a lot of people are struggling with technology expense management. Licensing schemes are not getting easier to understand. They're continuing to evolve. You're going to get into more tokenization and more credits and more all sorts of different kind of things people are trying to figure out as far as how to license their software. So I'd love to say it's getting easier. It's not. But again, Quest has been in this game for 42 plus years. We've been a managed service provider, a profitable managed cybersecurity provider where we use these assets to deliver a service for our customers, and we can help organizations get the most out of their spend. If you have any questions about technology expense management or any of those capabilities that we have, please engage us. Please reach out to your channel manager. Come to our partner page, questsys.com. Just double click on the partners, and then jump on into the partner portal at any time. Really appreciate it. Technology expense management, it's not becoming a more simple environment as far as procurement. And we know there's a lot of questions out there in the channel. So if you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out, partners@questsys.com or www.questsys.com. Double click the partner tab and we'd love to help you out.